And I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you guys see a big WAI screen with the lovely logo?
Sure can. I can.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you guys again for your time. Really, really appreciate it. I know how busy everybody is. We think we're not going to be busy in the new year, right? We think we're going to get a breather and have a chance to ease into the new year and check off items off of our list. And I don't know about you guys, but it never happens for me. Part of the reason is because when the WAI staff comes back from Christmas break and the holidays, we run just full speed ahead to conference. This year, conference is March 17th through 19th in Nashville. And to answer the first question, yes, it's going to happen.
Bit of an audio log, Molly, but no worries.
Okay, stand by.
Good news is this.
I'm gonna start it over. Here, wait, I'll start it over.
Such a good video.
Oh no, it's worth watching.
On our YouTube channel also, but give it a second try, Molly.
Here we go. Giddy up. Yay. So Nashville, here we come. The first thing I did want to cover, first and foremost in all of our minds is keeping everybody safe, right? You can't turn on a television, your computer, your phone, anything without hearing about what's happening in the world with COVID and the current Omicron kind of as it makes its way across the world, what's happening. Please know this, we are going to do what's right to keep everybody safe. We're going to follow the guidelines there in Nashville and Davidson County and follow the rules. Right now, we're not requiring vaccines to attend, but we are encouraging face masks. Coming to you right now from a COVID house. And this is my second time having it, and I don't want it again. And I don't want to, more importantly, I don't want to give it to anybody. So I'll be in a mask at conference, just because hopefully there'll be a lot of people there and we want to see everybody, but we'll get to know each other over the, where's my mask? Haha, right here, over our face masks, right? This is so you all know, this is what I look like in a face mask right here. I'm looking good. I know I am. But we have a whole list of things we want to talk about for the way a chapter can get involved for conference. We have joining us Kelly Murphy, our Director of Communications, and Carissa Citro, our Director of Events and Conferences. And Carissa is the mastermind behind all of the cats in the parade that is our annual conference. So you guys, and Stephanie Gordon is also here. Rory Einbinder is here from the WAI staff. So you guys, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to jump in. We've got the right people here to answer the questions. They'll be watching the chat as well. So if you have questions as they come up and you want to ask a question via chat, please feel free, or the Q&A.
And our lovely Hope Moore, don't forget Hope.
Oh, I didn't see Hope. I'm so sorry.
Here too.
I'm so sorry. She's down the list when I share my screen. It's this little tiny list. So sorry. Yes, hope is the glitter behind the conference. So she makes all things shine. In terms of conference and chapters, I'm going to run through a list of things, and this afternoon you're going to get an email with this all again and all of the hot links so that you can just go right there. So don't feel like you gotta have to take too many notes, but do, I just wanted to kind of talk about each item so you knew what it was and why it's important. The first thing is the Dorothy Hilbert Chapter Volunteer of the Year. This is your chance to identify the chapter member who's really gone above and beyond. We hope that they'll be there at conference. The winning chapter member will be there at conference. But anyhow, to submit your candidate, there's a link. Goes to a Google form. You just tell us about the person, write a short essay about them, just to tell us about why they should be the winning candidate. And then the committee will go to work making the selection. Those nominations are due February 1st. February 1st is kind of the key throughout what you're going to see today. All of the chapter related stuff is due February 1st. So that's the Chapter Volunteer of the Year. You can also enter your custom logo to compete with all the other custom logos across the WAI chapter network. And then at conference, we'll have QR codes up in the membership booth where everybody gets to vote on their favorite chapter logo. And the winner will win a brand new pull-up banner that you guys as a chapter can take to events, can go to air shows with, can put up at your meetings. And that's worth over $300. So we'll have that printed for you and delivered to your doorstep. Please send Chelsea your custom logo by February 1st. And that's to Chelsea Wendell, who I think might actually even be on this call. So I don't see the list of attendees when I'm sharing my screen, so my apologies. So do send us your logo. Also, a really unique opportunity is to spotlight your chapter, your state, your country in the chapter showcase. So that's where chapter members get to come to the WAI membership booth, which is going to be outside of the exhibit hall this year. So anybody has access to it, and you can put up a flag, you can give away tchotchkes or swag. It's in 2-hour time blocks, and we're only going to do that while the exhibit hall is open. We're going to limit you to 2 people. I know that that's a bummer, but it's not this expansive space, right? It's just a really limited space. So, and we can have 2 or 3 chapters in the booth at any given time. So there's not a ton of room, but we'd love for you to please join us and spotlight your chapter. I looked for this picture, and in my head, I can see the Northern Upper Canada chapter with their big Canadian flag up from Orlando, maybe, and giving away maple cookies. And so I know Nigeria, you guys always show up and show out. So please do. February 1st, again, is the registration time for that. And there's a form on the email that you'll get. I will also put that form on the Facebook page. Also, mark your calendar. Here's a succinct list of all of the chapter stuff that is just for you guys. The very first thing, and this is something to plan your travel around because it is a fun time. It is Wednesday night, so the night before the official start of conference, right? We kick off the whole conference with the chapter member reception. It's sponsored by PSA Airlines, and it's invitation only. You have to have a ticket to walk in that door. So what we need you guys all to do is make sure that your chapter rosters are up to date, because we're going to send out those invitations based on your chapter roster. And you can always send me an email if one of your chapter members didn't get an invitation, but the real key is to get your chapter roster up to date. The wonderful Rory Einbinder is on this call, and you guys can send her an email to get your chapter roster. I'll cover that in just a second. The next morning, Thursday, March 17th at bright and early, 8 a.m., sponsored by JetBlue, is the chapter leadership workshop. And this one is worth attending. It's several hours long, but it's all fun, man. It's all good. And it's going to be good content. We go over stuff that can help you manage your chapter. And it's also a great venue to share information between chapters, get to know other chapter members. We're going to tackle some leadership and operational challenges that we all face and come up with solutions that we can put to work in the actual setting. So, this year we're all trying to come back, even mid-pandemic. A lot of us are doing both virtual and in-person events, and a lot of chapters are facing the same issues with engagement, getting chapter members back involved. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to get everybody involved. Later that day, March 17th, Lindsay Costable is going to come back in and help us out, help us tackle the other big thing that all chapters face, and that is fundraising. So she's going to spend an hour and a half with us talking about giving us tools to put into operation to help us raise funds and really create relationships to help us do that. We're all going to go out and play that night. And then the next morning, we're going to come back and have some really great events also. Friday, March 18th at 10:45. Both of these events happen at the same time. One is plan and host an outstanding Girls in Aviation Day event. This is going to be chapter led, and where chapters get together and talk about kind of the 10 key items you need to do to host a great Girls in Aviation Day, whether it's huge and 2,000 events, stars in the, or 2,000 attendees, stars in the north, I'm talking about you, or whether it's 12 kids or 8 kids, which is just equally powerful, maybe more powerful than the big giant events. We're going to talk about some key items that you need to think about to host a really great Girls in Aviation Day. We're also going to meet somewhere else. For those of you who might want to talk about how to make the transition from provisional chapter to official chapter, we're going to cover that in the How to Start a WAI chapter event session at 10:45. The next day, it's all Girls in Aviation Day Nashville, at least for me. And when I say it's all about that, there's all kinds of stuff going on, elsewhere, but I focus on the stuff that's for chapters in some cases. So Girls in Aviation Day Nashville is where we'll bring 250 kids in from the surrounding area. And with your help and the help of the local Nashville chapter and lots of sponsors and volunteers, we hold Girls in Aviation Day there at the Gaylord. So these are just a couple of things in the grand scheme of conference that you might be interested in and might want to get involved in. Chelsea and Rory are here to help, and Stephanie Gordon is also here to help. Stephanie's on the membership side. Rory and Chelsea are focused entirely on the chapter side of things. So if you need to get your roster, you have questions about chapter related stuff, you can always reach out and email them. In terms of registration for conference, a big important date is February 7th. So pay attention to that, because the rates change significantly after the early registration ends at midnight Eastern Standard Time on February 7th. Carissa, you're looking at me funny. Is that correct? Is that accurate?
Sorry, I had unmuting issues. Yeah, no, that's accurate as of today. Small possibility that might be extended by a day or two, but go by that February 7th date just in case.
Yeah, don't count on the extension. Go ahead and get your early registrations in. A lot of you have emailed to find out, and Chelsea right now is sending out the rebate reports for Q4. So she's reminding you, if you have free registrations for conference, comp registrations that you've earned through your rebates, if you have enough money to send some members to conference, or if you even have scholarship winners. I know I'm in the Dallas chapter, and we are going to send several people to conference. To register those people, you're going to need this form, and we can send it to you. In fact, we will attach it to the chat. And then you just need to email it in to Stephanie Gordon, and we'll get that all taken care of. So that's the way you use your rebate, and that's the way you use your comp registrations. You can also, if you're not going to be able to use your comp registrations, you can donate them either to another chapter or to a student. You can also, with a small investment, either on the chapter side or on the individual side. Did you know that a $200 investment will sponsor a student to attend conference? We make it super easy to do. There's a whole page on the website that will take you there. And that page is identified here. I will also show it. We're going to navigate there in a little bit. But if you want to sponsor a student for $200, they can attend all of conference, including Friday's lunch and Saturday's dinner. So small investment, big impact, right? Or if you are a student, I bet we have some students on this call, and you are interested in receiving one of those sponsored attendance packages, there's an application on our website at this link as well. Conference t-shirts. I'm still wearing mine from 2020 because it's one of my two most comfortable shirts. My other most comfortable shirt is also a conference t-shirt from 2020. These are the new conference t-shirts for 2022. They're available right now on our WAI store, WAI-store.org. You can't get them until conference. We will bring them to conference for pickup. And if you're not going to attend conference, we'll ship them after conference. But the first time they'll be available will be there in Nashville. And we have several options, short sleeve and long sleeve, all sporting the nifty Nashville skyline and guitar and the WAI 2020 moniker. I see Emily. Emily, I'm going to stop for a question. So if you can unmute, you would be welcome to ask.
Perfect. It kind of goes with the other slides, but I'm going to the conference for a scholarship. Do I have to submit anything, or is that all handled?
So it depends on your scholarship. That's a great question. It depends on your scholarship. If the scholarship includes travel and registration and stuff, you're going to deal with that directly through the conference, your scholarship committee, in that process. That other slide was only about people who aren't receiving a registration or travel through another scholarship.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Let me see if I do this. Okay. So another great way to take advantage of all of the wonderful things that happen at conference, and I can speak to this from personal experience, it is the best kept secret at conference. You will have hands down the most fun you've ever had at a conference if you volunteer. You'll go do things you never would have done. You'll go meet people you never would have met and have so much fun. It's everything from working at registration to taking tickets at a door for an event, to writing articles for Kelly Murphy and the Daily, helping with photography, whatever. We have somewhere between 400 and 600 people who help at conference. Some shifts are an hour, some shifts are 2 hours, some shifts are longer than that. So it just depends on what you want to do. The way you get involved is when you register, there's a little box that says, I want to volunteer. You can check that box, or you can send this email, volunteer@wai.org, a message and say, hey, I want to volunteer. No, you don't get free registration. You don't get free meals. You don't get free anything. But your heart does grow 3 sizes that day, and you're going to meet some people that you are absolutely astounded by. You're going to love every second of it. And you're going to volunteer absolutely every year for the rest of your days, because it is that much fun. The next thing I want to do is go to our wai.org website and take you through the conference page, because there is a ton of information there. And so bear with, because this is going to get a little bit messy as I stop. Somebody needs to is typing in. Could you guys please put yourselves on mute? Thank you. I'm going to also, while we do this, we've got a bunch of people who've joined us. I'm going to promote you guys to panelists. Please accept the invitation so that we can see your face and you can ask questions.
Tim, I'll just real quick, while there's a law, did you, so Jackie asked the question about the rebate document. Can somebody, I don't have the link to that, but can somebody chat the link to her to get that form?
Okay, I can't see the chat, so
It's the rebate form, Molly, for people to use their
the registration.
Conference registration. Roy,
Yep.
do you have that form, or
No,
maybe
I don't have that form.
Stephanie Gordon has it?
Stephanie doesn't have it either.
Stephanie has it. She sent it to me. It's just
Oh.
it's just the fill-in registration form stuff that you sent me the other day.
No worries, we'll get it.
We'll
get
drop
to
it
you.
in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me. Why won't it let me cancel? It won't let me unshare my screen. Okay, well, give me a sec. Let me figure this out. Sorry, guys. Bear with. Doing it again. And I had forgotten to unpause the recording again. So if you have questions, now would be a great time. And I think we probably have a bunch. I'm just gonna, now I can finally open my chat. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Kelly, for posting that form. Chapters, if you want to register people using rebates or your comp registrations, that's the form you use. 10:45, the questions. Will the time be 10:45 a.m. or p.m.? I assume you're talking about the events on that Friday.
You had it on your sheet as PM and it's AM. No big deal.
Okay, sorry. Wow, and no other questions there. Q&A, no open questions on Q&A. Come on, guys, I know all of you. Anybody have any questions? Anybody want to chat about anything? Anybody want to come? Oh, Ashley, go ahead.
I'm looking for that link to the volunteer and also the submit your logo. Is that on the conference? Is that under the conference tab somewhere, or is that somewhere else on the?
That's going to come in an email in about an hour to you. I'm going to put it in the chat. Submit your logo by February 1st to Chelsea at C. Wendell at wai.org. So that's in the chat. And golly, what was the other one? Oh, volunteer. Send an email to volunteer at wai.org. You can also, on the conference page on the website, if you scroll down, there's a tab that says volunteer, and you can go right to the volunteer form, and it's super easy to use. And it'll help you get an assignment that that you sort of pick, so you can help kind of focus how you want to volunteer. But I am not, I know that I am known for being kind of overly gregarious about things. But it really will change your conference experience if you volunteer. It's so much fun. So I would encourage you guys, your chapter members, anybody you know who's going, especially first-time attendees. It's a great way to learn about conference. It's a great way to meet people, make friends. Do we have is anybody on the call going to be a first-time attendee? Hey, I see a bunch of hands raised. Holy smokes, that's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. So we're also working on ways to kind of connect you guys with people who have been in attendance before, and we don't have that all put together yet, but keep your eyes and ears open, and we'll find ways to help you have a super fun time at conference and a very valuable time. Conference schedule. Where can I find the conference schedule? If you go to wai.org, conference schedule overview, again on the right-hand side. There's the link. So go to wai.org and click on conference, and everything you need about conference, from registration to the schedule, it's all there on the right-hand side. Let's see, we've got 2 questions. Emily, did you have a question? Your hand was up first.
Oh, no, you just said raise your hand if you're going to conference.
Okay.
Oh, there.
Very cool. Awesome. And same thing. Okay. So do we have any questions? These are all really good questions. Elaborate on FAA employees. So I'm going to mangle this. Carissa or Hope, can you guys help with that a little bit?
I mean, the approval letter goes into, I have it on the FAQs page. I have sent them the information, and it says because our conference is half educational, that it is approved as FAA to use it as a training. But in that letter, it's a 2-page letter. I have it on there. It's on the orange button on the FAQs page. It goes into any detail that you might have any questions on. So yeah.
So FAA employees, be it air traffic controllers or office workers or safety inspectors, just depending on your role with the FAA, it's essentially a tool that you need to submit your time to have it be it's not vacation time, is how I understand it. You can use it as training time. So that will help with working with your supervisor as an FAA employee when you apply for the time to go do this fantastic event. Very good question. No, we have had the FAA letter every year for decades. So yeah, folks have been able to use this time as training time as FAA employees for years and years and years. Yeah, lots of air traffic controllers. The catch is there's so many air traffic controllers, lady air traffic controllers who want to attend. You've got to apply to get that time off early, because you'll run into a lot of conflict, as with airlines and flight crews too, right? Any other questions? Let's see. No? Okay. Well, thank you all so much for spending your time with us. I hope this was valuable. It will be recorded and will be available. I'll put it on the Facebook page, and we're also making a chapter playlist on our YouTube channel so that you can go back and play it again. We're also happy to come and talk to you guys via Zoom in a call prior to it. If you want to get your chapter together and they have questions about conference, we're happy to do that. So just let us know. WAI staff, Carissa, you are the conference queen of conference. You and Hope together put together an amazing event. Kelly puts together some unbelievable communications show daily. Do you guys have anything you want to add?
I was just gonna, I
Sure.
did see the chat. Oh, sorry, Carissa, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to tell Lauren, yes, there is a very cool 2022 pen that Hope's been, do we have, we actually do. We actually have them in stock now. They were
Yeah.
produced and we have them. So yes, you will have another one to add to your collection. So thanks for that. I was just going to say, really excited that you all are here today and interested in conference. And for those of you that have not come, you don't even know what you're going to be getting yourself into. It's a fantastic, fun event, and you will hopefully want to come back every year after and wear comfortable shoes. I'll tell you that. The Gaylord, if you've not been to the Gaylord in Nashville, it is very overwhelming. You may need a compass. You may need, I don't even know. It's like you think I've been there many, many times and I'm like, oh, I know where I'm going. No, I really didn't know where I'm going because you end up somewhere else. But it's a really, really beautiful venue. So it'll be a lot of fun and we're super excited to be there. Super excited you're all going to join us. So
Yeah, it's really going to be fun. And no joke about the Gaylord and the comfortable shoes. The last time we were there, it took me 20 minutes to get from my room to the conference center. Now, I didn't know the shortcut, but the walk is, you get your steps in, let's put it that way. It's also a health event, really. So, and Kelly Murphy, you put in the chat about, do you want to elaborate on opportunities with your communication team? Kelly Murphy. Let me see. She may be having technical difficulties. What she says is, if you'd like to write about your WAI conference experience for the daily, Kelly is always happy to have guest contributors. So kmurphy@wai.org is a great location to send an email if you want to get involved on the communications team. Other than that, you guys, thank you so much for your time. Really, really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Be smarter than I was. And have a great weekend. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Molly.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Love seeing your faces. Happy New Year.
bye guys.
Thanks, Molly.
Bye, y'all.